With the MK3 cabinet. As you can see, I stripped the other side. I did that this weekend, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the way this came out. I'd say it's about an 8 out of 10. There's a couple of tiny areas that didn't come out as great as I wanted. As I get closer, you can kind of see some of the black paint has embedded itself in the decal, and if I continue to agitate it, you can see it starts to remove or scratch the decal, which I don't want to do. There's another spot here on her hair, and then on Cindel's face, and you can see this is the spot that I tried to eliminate first, and as I did, I got kind of in there and it removed some of her face. So I stopped there. I mean, I'm about a foot away from the cabinet, and you can see how pretty it is until you get to these areas. But I mean, they're going to be in my garage next to each other with about an inch, from side to side, and I kind of like the idea that I worked hard and removed all this paint, and this is my own cabinet for my own use. Another area that kind of got hacked up was the bottom, but that was not from me. That's from the operator moving it and getting dinged up and banged. But other than that, there's really nothing wrong with the rest of the cabinet. There's a tiny little spot right there. And then, typical stuff on the back, which you can touch up with some paint, but I'm really happy. As far as the other side goes, what I did is I sanded down the old decal and I put a primer coat on. I was reading some blogs and watching some videos on some people that have applied brand new decals. And a lot of people said that the underwood of this, when you pull the old decal off, it had a clear coat on it, and it kind of raises some of those little particle board pieces. And when you put a decal over, you can see all these bumps. And I remember I did this about 3 years ago with an MK3 decal for a friend of mine. And I could see all these tiny little bumps underneath it, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I sanded everything down so it was nice and smooth, and then primered it. And I mean, it's smooth. It's nice and smooth. It feels good. Like anything like this that you can see, that's not there. It's just a mark in the wood. But I mean, as I run my hand over it, it's nice and smooth like glass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to put the decal when I get it on, but I'm going to do it nice and slow because I tried it this afternoon with a junky one as a tester spot, and it actually started to take some of the primer off over here, so I had to reprime it, sand it down, and then kind of get it all to feel good again. The issue with the junky one is I didn't like the way it looked. It really looked cheap. I think I bought it about, maybe 7 to 10 years ago, before everybody started reproducing the MK3 art. I believe XL Arcade on eBay and on the KLOE forums, he produces a really, really nice site art. I actually asked him about it, and he said he's going to rescan his own dedicated cabinet for me. That way I can put it on there. And I'm going to take my time doing it, kind of do the portion where you tape it off, you peel it off a little bit. But I've heard that you kind of can spray this stuff called something tack underneath, spray tack or something like that, and have the decal run over. And then you can kind of use one of these little deals like this little flexible plastic thing, and you kind of go up and to the sides and get the air bubbles out. So as far as the side goes, that's what I'm going to do. The control panel is kind of a different story. I'm really disappointed when I stripped this. You can kind of see all this red under decal coming through, and it's all scratched up and hacked up as you look at it. It looks like somebody kind of really ran a wire brush or something over it at some point in time, and it just doesn't look good. So I bought a heat gun on Amazon. I'm going to try to get this decal to just peel off and see what happens. The sides, this one over here, I did this with the citrus strip, and it took it right off, and then I kind of cleaned it up and everything. It looks okay, but I mean, it's not to my standards. I'm going to take these bolts off. Again, try the heat gun and get the decal off if I can. Sand it down so it's kind of like this, like glass, nice and smooth. So that when I apply a new decal, it'll look like new and stay installed. The other side, kind of the same story. It looks like somebody kind of scratched it up at some point in time. Some of the paint is still embedded in the midway sign here. So again, probably try to remove this completely, sand it down, and then install a new decal. So that's where I'm at with the MK3. I'm going to hold off on doing the front of this cabinet and the other cabinet as far as refinishing the wood and the coin doors. I just don't have a lot of time. That is one of the most time-consuming things to do on these cabinets, is take out the coin door and the coin box door down there, remove them, strip the paint, repaint them, I mean, hook everything back up. It's a pain in the ass. Then on top of it, they put these security bolts in here, 1, 2, 3, and then this bracket here, and then they put another one in here. So there's all these holes. These are factory, but on the bottom there's this thing with 2 holes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And I don't feel like filling those in and sanding them down, so I'm gonna hold off on that. I'll do that at a later date. I just wanna get the games up and running. And this one's kind of got the same story, as you can see. You know, there's this bolt here. These are factory, and then they put this security thing in here, 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I did completely clean this cabinet, and then I waxed it with carnauba wax. And that's, I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's so smooth and shiny on the sides and on the front. It's like glass. So anybody that's actually looking to get a little bit more of a shine in your cabinet, what I've been doing is waxing them with like a pinball carnauba wax. It's just like car wax that you buy at like a, you know, Pep Boys or something like that, and just kind of get it on there and get it in there good, let it sit on there for a while, and then wax it off. I haven't done this one yet because I'm still working on it, but I'm hoping that the other side art looks the way this one does as far as the factory. When I put the other one on there, it just looked like shit. It just did not match at all. The colors were all off. The sizing was wrong. I don't remember where I got it. It might have been Game On Graphics when he first did them a long time ago. But the artwork was, and the other thing, they come in a tube. And I don't know, maybe 10 years of being rolled up in a tube, the artwork started to come off the backing, and it was kind of dusty under there, and it just didn't look good. So that's where I'm at. I ordered some casters as well to get this thing up on the wheels like I always do, to move them around the garage or my house, so they're not rolling around on those 2 back wheels, and I'm not pushing it around on the casters on the bottom. So there we are. I'll make another video when I get the side art and the control art hopefully installed properly, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.